is fine. 12 isn't too shabby. Just kidding. Once again, if you're watching this, just remember, if you're not first, you're goddamn last. You're not trying. Just kidding.
All right, Brennan.
I am trying. That's the energy. That's the vibe. I am trying to find if I have the right notebook, and if I don't, I will just say, you know what? We'll go from memory. It'll just be names I don't have as good. Yeah, I guess I have the wrong notebook. I had a book I was using physically last time, but that's okay. Okay, so yeah, last time, all of us, we came together, in, our sweet little liminal space. We were talking about how the gods need help and how we are going to be rewarded in unique ways. There was lots of daddy jokes made, and fatherhood things. People seeking dads, looking for dads, our dads, your dad, my dad, and then Aaron gave each of us our own little little room, a little space to go, which it was like one room that was bisected with each one having like their own little like kind of cozy corner. Maple had like a little swamp. There was like almost like a little like barracks kind of style bed for our sweet dragonborn lad, whose name I remember is Zenite. Zenite? Yeah. And then Trixie had a really fancy room that was like full of stuff like that they could loot. They found like a little necklace, I believe. And they were just like, this was mine the whole time. I've been wearing this the whole time. And then Kato had like a little spot to like meditate and chill and read. And then after getting to be cozy in our little space, we were asked to judge some souls, basically get them. We were told to get them to like their kind of resting place. The way we did that was we had to build the frame of their door. And it was revealed throughout that basically we had to get the spirit to speak about themselves, speak on their own behalf, and kind of decide that they were okay with letting go. And once they had let go or accepted that they had died, the trees would all form. We chopped those and made the doors. The first of which was a archfey who we all thought was just delightful, really cool person. Definitely not a piece of human shit.
I mean, yeah, there's, archfey, so definitely not human.
It's true. Definitely not human. Because there was nothing kind about the way they went about things that seemed a little inhuman. But realistically, though, they were very well-rounded and written character, and it was very cool, I guess, to have the moral quandary, what we should do with their soul or whatever. And then after which we got to speak to our sweet guest, Drew, who played a pixie. That's the word. A pixie who owned a sandwich shop, who was inspired by his Nona, and basically lived his life by the sandwich. It was while you studied the blade, he studied the bread knife. What
kind of pixie was he?
A chode of a pixie, as was described, because that's just what I want to say in my recap when I'm playing fun Dungeons and Dragons with my friends is chode of a pixie. But then after we dealt with the chode of a pixie, we saw a little street where chode and the pixie reverse representations there were making sandwiches in their shop, and chode got reunited with his son. How do you like them apples?
Wonderful, incredible. I would even call those apples golden.
Woo!
Take a bonus inspo.
I'm not addicted to Hades 2. Holy, 2 whole inspo?
Don't.
I'm gonna eat them.
Believe you.
Oh.
Yeah. Last we left off, you guys had retired for the day. And as we pick up today, we're going to say that Kato is a little too into the books right now.
Lost in the sauce, I get
Lost in the sauce. As...
They started Hades 2.
They started Hades 2, and that's it. We'll never see Kato again. But as you are all kind of like... killing some time and killing some enemies in Hades 2. Not sponsored, but maybe we should be. Hey, Supergiant Games, callers.
Hey, these two.
The chalkboard begins to shimmer as some new quests appear on the request board. Hacha! And now the chat can see it too through the magic of the internet. Delightful. For those of us in the party who can't read, and look, no tea, no shade, there are 3...
Also, audio listeners, what's up?
Yeah, also audio listeners, I guess. Even though I haven't released these on Spotify yet. The 3 requests, other than Maple's request for fathers, obviously. Create a safe space for displaced survivors from the sanctuary. Process the wishes of kings from the sovereign. And reunite a woman with her voice from the Sentinel.
Can you post that somewhere? Because I couldn't type that fast.
It's
Absolutely,
in
it's in the voice chat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the voice list? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
And also fathers from Maple.
I think Maple walks up to the board and has like the kind of like hands in the little overall kind of thing. It's just like, good to see my wish is up there. That is important. When we look at this chalkboard, is it like, oh, never mind. Maple can read common, just not speak common. So sweet. Never mind. I was about to say, is it all written in common? So Maple's standing there at the board, genuinely like, do we, from the names on the board, is there anything we know about the individuals, or is it kind of a let's talk to them and figure out what the deal is about this, or is this like a once we accept the quest, that's the vibe?
I mean, you can absolutely request to speak to any of the individuals before you agree on a quest. You know about as much as anyone about them, in the sense that, you know what they are the gods of. But you wouldn't know anything more personal than that, I don't think.
Okay. Copy that.
Zenite walks over, putting down the frisbee that he's just started to whittle, because he had found a little piece of wood and wanted to make something for recreation and passing time. He puts that down, walks over to the board, and well, I'm not one to really think about what kings want, but it might be nice to help some survivors. Or every woman needs a voice, so I have a select 2 choices on this that I'm feeling on my end here.
Yeah, but think about the rewards that we might get for processing the wishes of the kings. You know what I mean? We might be able to get some stuff. A little extra
as
stuff?
Like kings, as in important people.
My guess. That's
what
my guess.
I assume.
I mean,
There is kings in the animal kingdom. What if we are speaking to lions?
Well, those are just cute, and I'm fine. They can pay me in pets.
there's also kings in the sports world too, which not many people want to. No one I really affiliate with really care to associate with either. But
We could do just like any, mini, miny, mo.
So
I'm-
you wish to avoid seeing kings, but you want to see kings because you want a reward?
I'm not against seeing kings.
No, it
Oh,
seemed
yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
did not like kings, and it seemed like Trixie, you wanted to see kings to be rewarded.
I'm a little bit bummed out that the siren doesn't need anything yet.
I'm sure one of these days it'll pop up on there.
Well, he has to, because he's the best daddy.
It's almost like the fates have conspired against you to save that one for a later session.
Oh, dang.
Was that in the intercom? Where's the intercom? Hold on.
Why does it say tutorial above our heads? and 1 of 3 completed.
Oh, question. Where's our lady friend, Erin the shepherd? Where is she?
Are you asking this out loud, or are you thinking this to the
Yes.
DM?
Yes. No, I'm saying that out loud as I'm looking around.
You turn around and she's right behind you.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hey, out of the Sanctuary, the Sovereign, and the Sentinel, which one of those are the bestest of friends or better friends with the Siren? You know, like which one would be able to like put in some good words for me if I, did good work for them?
Or whoever has the most fatherhood material. I have heard being a big daddy is important.
Yeah, or
Well,
if any of them are like big daddies too, that works too.
I mean, everyone gets on with the sanctuary. I'd say the Sentinel is on good terms with the Siren as well. The Sovereign mostly keeps themselves to themselves.
So out of the Sentinel and Sanctuary, well, see, the Sanctuary, if he gets on with everybody, that just makes it sound like he doesn't really have any good friendships. You know what I mean? Like they're just like a jack of all trades type of situation. But the Sentinel, if he's friends with them and he's not friends with everybody, then he might have a better relationship. So I think we should reunite the woman with her voice. That's the one that I think we should do.
It seems Zenith was pleased with either not talking to a king, and I will be honest, kings do not interest me. Sanctuaries and being reunited do, so if we would like to reunite someone with their voice, this sounds exciting.
All right,
We.
let's do that.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that y'all decided to go this way too. Feels
Very
nice.
well. Erin kind of waves a hand over the board, and everything apart from the Sentinel's quest vanishes.
Oh no, our fathers. Another time.
God damn it.
Oh no, our fathers.
Another time.
It was that, and then we that got me. I was just like, incredible.
Appropriate recreational response. We.
Very good. Erin gestures over to where the pavilion is, and you can see that it is currently occupied with someone. And she says, that's the Sentinel. Her name is Talani. Don't piss her off.
Not piss off a lot.
Yeah, I'm about to write that down.
What would piss her off?
I was just about to ask that.
She's quite direct. She doesn't tend to, beat around the bush.
Okay.
Good. That is the best way to be. You are traversing through the forest. You be careful. But if you are beating around the bush and not direct, you will be lost.
Maple starts walking up to the pavilion just without missing a beat after saying that.
Delightful.
Yeah, I'm on board. Just I get it.
Yeah, just walking too.
You head over to the pavilion that is currently decorated with various fairly thin gauze drapes. Inside you see actually let me pull up a picture for you all, because I have a picture.
Picture.
Let's do it.
I thought you were going into this is how we do it. Picture.
This is how we do.
It's
This
not
picture is
clearest
the
picture,
NPC.
but hey, how about you let me paste? Hey, no, all right, no picture for you guys.
We don't get to see shit.
She is a tall, humanoid lady. She has very bright, very light blonde hair tied into 2 plaits. She has a scowl on her face. She has very kind of warm toned skin, and she has freckles on her cheeks that catch the light, and as you look a bit closer you realize that she actually has diamonds for freckles. Because though she is humanoid, she is not human. She is an earth genasi.
Xenite thinks to himself, humans with those dermal implants, I've never really understood it. I'm a gem boy myself, but
Is that what they call a vajazzle?
I don't want to. I've never experienced any genasi in my life, but that's fine.
Delightful. Yeah, she has there's a stick, like a walking stick leaning up against the pavilion, and she is currently sharpening a short sword on the steps. And as you approach, she looks up. So you're the interns,
Hello,
then?
Sentinel. Yes.
I'm Talani. I'm the Sentinel.
This is Zenite. He was also whittling like you are. And like Mabel big like Cal's hand just like pushes Zenite forward a little bit. It's just like, you got this.
I slide with it. I think Xenite doesn't really. I don't think it phases him too much. A lot of time on boats, he's used to kind of just going with the flow around him. But he, when pushed forward, just bows his head and says, "It's a pleasure."
So we're supposed to help reunite a woman with her voice?
Oh, you, I thought you were just walking around talking to people. Yeah.
No.
So, essentially, you're going to be righting a wrong that has been in place for the better part of 20 odd years. There was some real fucked up fey magic involved, but a loophole has appeared, and we're going to take advantage of that.
Nice.
Where is this loophole? How do we get it?
The loophole you don't need to worry too much about. What you do need to worry about is getting the voice back from its current location and giving it back to the real owner.
Now, when we're recovering this voice here, is it truly like a magical, tangible item that we're trying to get?
Yes.
All right.
Who has this voice?
There is a man. You may have heard of him. He's a bard of some renown. His name is Ryder Gently.
His name is what?
Well, it's his stage name is Ryder Gently.
Fascinating.
Is this a name that I would have heard of?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a famous bard. He's he's a bard of a fair amount of renown. He's recently You've heard of one of his progeny has started kind of going out and performing. And you get a lot of the kind of the diehard fans saying it's not the same thing, but she is very talented in her own right. And is doing her best not to use the family name to kind of gain a fan base. He has some...
What's her name?
Her performer name is Gale.
Oh, that's cute.
She's pretty cool. But yeah, he hasn't done a live performance in a, you know, probably like 5-6 years.
Okay.
Mostly because he's that kind of guy who's like, he can afford to charge extortionate amounts for people to get him to actually perform now. So
Doing the thing, comes out of retirement just when he wants to make enough money.
yeah, basically.
Did Ryder steal the voice to give to his progeny, and is that why she's so talented?
No.
Is
No,
he
I was
using it
gonna-
for himself?
Man,
if he
that'd
did
be,
it for
that'd
himself?
be a real fucked up thing, wouldn't it? Damn. No, Talani explains that, it was part of a, she says the word deal, but she says it with the kind of intonation that suggests that this was not so much something that was agreed to, but was somebody was tricked into it.
So a fey deal.
A fey deal. That a woman could have her freedom from a marriage with Ryder, but he got to keep the assets. And one of the assets that was outlined was her voice.
Oh, that's shitty.
Because he considers voices to be one of his greatest assets, so why wouldn't it be one of hers?
Wow, this dude sounds like a real piece of shit.
Yeah, right?
I think I can take care of this.
However,
So we
there has
get the
been
voice.
a recent development in that Talani kind of smiles in that something has intervened and made his greatest asset vanish, and therefore her voice no longer counts as an asset. So she gets
He lost his voice?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I believe there was a little divine intervention, but I don't know the details.
So, where would we find Ryder Gently?
There is a town north of Farhall called Kalt. K-A-L-T. That is where Mr. Gently currently resides.
Are we taking the voice from Mr. Gently by force, or are we to be discreet?
I did not catch a word of that, bud. Like, your
Are
audio
we
is
taking the
down.
voice? Oh, are we taking the voice by force or discreetly?
I mean, that's entirely up to you.
What is the
I
form
see.
of the voice currently? Like, how do we know what it is when we see it?
It is currently being stored in a loot.
Do we know which one? Because I'm sure, like any musician, he's probably got a fuck ton.
I believe. Oh, I was going to say I can sense magical things, but this would be false. But I am good at looking through magical trinkets. So I'm sure we will be able to find it between that and an instrument.
I imagine he will be taking much greater care of that instrument than others.
Makes sense. I actually have a question too. You said that he lost his voice. Does that mean he's completely unable to speak now, or is he just like talking like he's a...
No, he's completely unable to speak right now.
Oh,
Well, you know what?
So no verbal,
okay.
no verbal components to magic anymore,
No
right?
verbal components for magic.
Good to know.
I can still talk to him though.
Yeah, same here. I got telepathy.
Telepathy.
I
Well,
do
that's how you say
not,
it?
but I am not threatened by a bard with no song, especially if they are a thief.
I will say, as a word of caution, and this is partly Talani and partly the DM, bards do not necessarily require their voices. They can supplement the vocal component with music. Because what is the vocal component but sound? And if you can recreate a sound, just making y'all aware. That is the thing.
Be awfully hard to do if someone breaks all your fingers. That's just a theory.
I mean,
Still play the drum.
I feel like we should. I feel like maybe we should just like let me kind of handle it at first, and if
Yeah, we should totally
things-
just kill him. I
and
agree.
if no, that's not. That is not what I meant at all. He's
the
gonna be very
God-
happy
No,
that I
Maple.
did
Maple
this.
does not say that. That is the intrusive
no.
voice that is hovering over in the abyss. Like, kill him.
When
No,
have
no,
gods never
uh,
wanted their interns to be murder hobos? I mean, that's history for you. Come on.
It's true, actually.
Talani kind of
Um,
shrugs and goes, honestly, I feel like death would be too good for him.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
so we can make him wish for death, or at least I can. I have an idea.
That's a
I've been
little-
training
that's a
for this
little
my whole
extreme.
life.
He's done an extreme thing too. I am excited to hear about your plan.
This is a
Quick
rich
question: do you know what
person.
type of person Ryder Gently is into? Like, do they have a type? Because like as beautiful as I am, not everybody likes blondes. What are you doing? You see my cats go crazy?
Your cat was totally into it. Your cat was like, oh, let's kill this guy!
Yeah.
This guy sounds like an asshole! Tilani shrugs. Not really my department, honestly. But given that he has 8 children from 7 different women, I think his tastes are pretty broad.
Broad, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I actually,
Dude.
when she's not here at the moment, but I know someone has actually been studying that type of thing. I think, so she'll be able to help out too. I think that'll be really good.
Is there any similarities between any of his 7 women? His little 7 baby mamas?
I mean, the fact that they all presented as women.
Eh.
But
Yeah.
Besides that, yeah.
Other than
No?
that, I
Okay.
honestly wouldn't know.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so I'm gonna basically, the plan is, I'm gonna seduce him, and then I can just sort of like knock him out or something, and steal the shit and then get out. That would be the faster option, or I could like seduce him and actually like wear him out, and then steal it while he's sleeping, and then we could just skedoodle on.
Now, when you say wear him out, do you mean like
Yeah,
in
I mean
the
it.
intercourse, or not? Like you're not going to skin him and wear him out of the? Because that's an extreme, and I don't think that'll be
I'm
necessary.
not
But
skinning anybody.
that's good. Better that case. It's not as messy. Well, it
I'm glad
depends on the
that is
person.
not on the table
Yeah.
because that was brought up and that was unsettling.
Yeah, it's I've seen some shit, man.
I do know that there is some very good therapy available around different cities.
You know what? I am in therapy. This would be a perfect time if we were sponsored by. No, I'm not gonna.
Sponsored by Better Health.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hey,
no, I mean,
therapists, call us, please.
therapists, call us.
I'll take sponsorship as just a session or two, please. Yeah, I think Maple is like it doesn't really see any issue or worry with this plan. Seems like Trixie's confidence. Maple's been just like nodding the whole time. The intercourse thing just over his Maple's head, but they're just like neat.
Maple knows about the
If-
birds and the bees, in that bees are very interesting and birds make pretty songs.
And that lots of animals just
Fuck. I don't have a beep. I'm sorry.
uh
Guys, this is a kid's show.
if
I hope
this
it?
is a good Christian Minecraft server,
that I do hope.
If there
Maybe I
is
shouldn't have.
any difficulty with getting into their house or whatnot, I can turn into a
Yeah.
spider or a mouse.
He's gonna invite me in. But if you would like to be a fly on the wall, you can do that.
If it is during the wearing out, no thank you. But otherwise, I can be a fly on the wall or spider. I do not believe I can fly. So I could be a walk.
Pretty good. That's a
Okay.
good one.
Thank you. I am programmed with several different puns and things for children's entertainment.
I feel like there
so-
needs to be like serial codes written in Russian somewhere on you.
It's just like a bunch of like random stuff, and it's just all wordplay stuff. If somebody brings up the following topic, say this to lighten the mood.
Snake in my boot. That's copywritten.
So, Zenite. So we have our plan 1. How are you gonna get in there if plan A does not, pan out, and we do actually have to like break his hands and stuff?
Well, if I understand correctly, then we should be able to at least stay somewhere within communications sake, and at least in my head. I'm not necessarily too unfamiliar with kicking down a few doors if need be. That's usually been my thing.
Okay.
Lifting, pushing, breaking. That's normally the MO I've always had done myself.
up and put them down.
That's essentially it. Like, look at these arms. And they're just like high-res glossy man arms painted. SpongeBob-ish shit.
If it would be helpful for communication, if their house is big.
Maple lifts his arm, and like a little like baby owl's head like pokes out a little bit.
Fuck.
It doesn't fully like emerge from the soil as it's kind of sleepy. But
I can also turn into a spider, but I also can make animals appear that will be helpful. So if, say, a spider or small animal follows you into the house, if you talk to it, I can tell Zenite what is happening.
That'd be cool.
Hey, communications. Communications are key. Now
I have
I'm
familiars, and I find they are useful.
feel like I could benefit from a familiar or two, but in this case, I know I will. I am down with that 100%. Now, the next thing I think we need to know is how we're going to be able to inconspicuously kind of make this meeting happen. You're not going to like door-to-door salesman try to be like, hey, lift up skirt type of thing. But I mean that usually doesn't work to most people. But I mean, bards, sometimes they can be feeling like it's up for it and be down for it. Do we know? I turn over to the Sentinel if he frequents any bars nearby where he lives, or if he does anything ever.
First of all, on behalf of all ace bards everywhere, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Tulani kind of shakes her head. No, unfortunately, since he lost his voice, he's been quite insular and hasn't left because he doesn't want anyone to know what happened. Because if he can't sing, he can't make money.
Aaron.
The shepherd appears at your shoulder.
Aaron.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. What's
Could we have a cart?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. That is. Trixie, if you go up to the house, Zenite and I will pull the wheel off and break it, and we just park the cart nearby. You go up and say, "Oh no, my cart has lost a wheel. If only there was someone who could help me. I have watched people get mugged by this very same routine. It
I
is
have
very
too.
sad."
I've been on both ends of this. This it's surprising how much this works, and that's unfortunate because it's a
Alright.
lot of goodwill that's being abused. But hopefully he has enough to abuse it here.
So that's how we're gonna get him to come out of his house?
Or so you
That's-
can start a conversation.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Okay,
we
I
can
can
light
do
his
that.
house on fire.
Oh my god.
Force him out. Hey, he'll bring it out. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we can ask him to help with the wheel or in exchange for something. And then that's when he takes me inside his house. I like this plan.
I got nothing else that I could think of. That I mean, sounds seamless, honestly. Getting the wagon.
It sounds like this will go without issue and no hijinks or antics will happen.
How old is this guy, actually? That's the other thing. I like to know, what I might be dealing with.
And is he human? Is he elf? Gnome?
Oh yeah,
Pixie.
that's true.
He's elf. Yeah, he's an elf. Sorry, I had to double check my notes there. He's an elf. He has the appearance of being early 50s, late 40s, early 50s. Like, I hate to say it, but he's got a bit of a silver fox thing going on, you know?
Damn.
Wait,
Nice.
you said before that they have a daughter who is traveling as well? So
Yes.
this is a father?
Oh,
This
maybe I
Trixie
can.
is fantastic. We have found a father.
It's true. He is very much a father. He has 8 children.
That
not quite.
is
I don't. Maybe we'll see what his house looks like.
He is a wealthy
Um,
father.
8 children more than I have.
Yeah, same.
Maybe it would be easier to seduce the daughter, because, Trixie's very quickly gonna just sort of morph into a very handsome looking blonde man. Still very very stereotypical, good looks.
You've
and
turned
stuff.
into a Ken doll.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
I'm
it's Barbie
just
and Ken doll.
Kent.
Yeah, that's essentially it. Yeah. So maybe I could
Where
always
did
just,
Trixie
seduce
go?
I'm right
Tri-
here.
Trixie's name is very, very on the nose. See, very, very Trixie appearance. Very tricky appearance. It's a change. It's all honestly. I've never met a changeling. I probably have, but never one that's been so just. And then they change, and it's crazy. That was actually very impressive.
Thanks.
That was impressive and very cool. I was worried for a moment that we lost our friend.
I will turn back into my normal Barbie form. Nope, we're good.
No bones. I don't even hear anything. That's okay. I'm a little bit more on the weirded out side now, but I'll get used to it. I think.
I can
You
I
hear
can
changelings'
make.
bones.
Oh, I couldn't. I don't think I could. Could I?
Are you supposed to?
I don't know.
That's a question. Do they?
Changeling science.
Yeah,
I don't have bones.
Kind of like werewolves. Whenever they shift, you hear the bones cracking and stuff. Is that what's going on with changelings?
Because
if it's supposed to be a thing, that can be part of my backstory with all the training.
Honestly,
and,
No.
weird
I
shit that
love
did.
that as an idea for changelings who
It's a
don't
different
change
setting.
very often, like newbie
Yeah.
changelings.
It's like a
and then-
stretching, oh god.
And then,
Oh,
as
oh,
changelings
my
get
bones.
older, that becoming a thing as the arthritis sets in.
Nice.
Oh, it's like stretching and working out. If you're constantly using this
exactly.
ability, your bones are more malleable. It's not like you're going to be. I've been a changeling for 35, 40 years, and I've only ever been different humanoids, so my bones really haven't changed. What if I'm a gnome? Ah! And then the bones compress. That sounds awful.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
What you're getting for
helpful.
this is work out your bones.
Drink your calcium. Eat your milk.
That's funny.
Eat the cheese. It's an easier way to say it.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that would be the sensible way to do it.
Yeah, or yogurt. So I'm gonna push back a little bit from trying to seduce Scale. I don't want to have to drag in somebody who doesn't seem to have any sort of negative reputation at the moment.
Well, I mean, Scale's not at home.
Yeah, she's
So-
out and about, right?
You can,
Oh,
if you would like to try and seduce Scale, you can, but it's not going to help in this particular situation.
Oh. This. Then we try this first plan. If that does not work, we find other ways into the house. What? Sentinel or Aaron, do either of you know what Scale looks like?
Oh yeah, I could turn into her and just walk up in there and be like, "Hey, Daddy."
Great
Oh,
minds
shit.
think alike.
I
I have never tried breaking and entering, but this is exciting to plan.
It's pretty easy, actually. If you can do what I do, that is.
Would
I
would
cannot.
also- would Zenite also know? Because he's worked as like a bouncer around Farmville at least a little bit.
Yeah, I think you've definitely seen Scale perform a couple of times. She's not currently in Farhall, but you've definitely, because it's reasonably close to Cult, it's a good stopping ground to get noticed. Let me find a picture for you. Aaron does not know what Scale looks like, but Talani will have that information. So bear with me just one moment.
I'll refute that with her and be like, yeah, it's the certain haircut, and also there's that cool sequence vest. There's always a sequence vest. This is now out of character. A sequence vest? Sequence vest.
Well, see, you say that. Scale is called Scale for a very specific reason.
It's got scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not
your mama-
completely bescaled, but she has quite prominent scales on her cheeks.
Cute.
And her hair has been known to move with almost a mind of its own.
Who's her mother?
You don't know.
Do we know if she's like part like tiefling or
We
anything
have
in
no
particular?
idea.
Or... No clue. Okay. Cool. Well, she kind of has that hair that like what was being said, moves on its own. It's that purplish. Yeah, it's
So I know changelings usually have to see the person. Is there some way that like Talani has this like really cool thing where she can like make like a little hologram of her or something that I can like look at or
I was gonna say can't our sweet dragonborn speak telepathically? Because telepathically you can speak in words and images. You could show in someone's mind's eye what someone looks like.
Oh, that'd be cool.
if you allow that, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be like,
I'll
this
allow
is
it.
my last
Yeah.
memories. Yeah.
And by allow it, I mean, yeah, that's totally how that works. I have no say in this whatsoever.
Sick. I'll share with I'll share with you my the last time I remember her being in Farhole. And then I share the setting, the club that was in, and the lighting and all that. So there's a few things that would probably
I wanna see
skew
her.
the image. But you
All right.
It was the intense staring for me. I was like,
Okay, Trixie's gonna take that mental image and turn into her and be like, "Is this it?"
Trix, I'm just kidding this time. Hello, Trixie. You look just like the person we've been describing.
Oh yeah, no, and this is what she looks, and I telepathically share that image with you, Maple, as well. This
It's like looking at a painting made by someone who has a really good memory.
I mean, as good a memory as possible. I'm not one to really drink that often or partake in anything else. So it's all my memories fuzzed based off of other memories. So I hope that's accurate. It might be a little off. Just don't necessarily think that it's going to be perfect. I'm sure that there'll be paintings, portraits, posters, all the different things that start with P around that they might be able to reference image from too. But maybe I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, if I'm supposed to be out and about, and I'm coming home in like the middle of what should be like me touring or whatever, maybe I would look a little bit off because I wouldn't be coming home otherwise.
That's true. That's a good
Also,
point.
this individual sounds very selfish. They may not even notice small changes.
That's true. Or they could be an absolute sociopath narcissist and really want to control every detail like some people. But who's to say?
That example seemed scary and specific.
1,000-yard stare.
Maple lets that sit for a bit. And then Maple goes,
So, Aaron, where can we go with our things? Can we have the cart anyway in case for plan C?
See?
Absolutely. That's not a problem.
So,
Thank you.
Plan A, try to trick him, make Trixie think that, or make him think that Trixie's his daughter. Locks him in. Go in, go out, walk back out with it. Plan B.
I mean,
if
I could
for
just
some
like walk
reason
in if
work-
it's supposed to be my dad's house, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'd be like, Daddy, I'm here.
That might be the one a way to approach it, and then take two or plan two, plan B is try to seduce him. Will we have to retreat back, wait another day, go back and be like another strange event's happening, and come help us with this carriage, and then from there fail safe for plan B? Would that be kick down the door, run and take it, or burn the house down? Restrain the man and then just be like, where is it? Shake him a little bit, or like, what do we do? How do we want to approach what happens if this first one goes wrong?
Honestly, if the first one goes wrong, we might not be able to do the seducing, and it might just end up being knock him out.
All right, well, I'll wait for the word because I'll have everything we need on my persons by that time.
yeah, Maple goes up to Trixie, and their arm emerges, and the little owl pops out, coats itself in dirt, and as it rolls around, it starts to age rapidly and grow. I'm going to use one of my wild shapes to make a familiar, and it is a dirt-caked owl that just has this like very like apathetic, tired little face. It looks like it's got big enough wings it can fly, but it looks more burrowing owl than anything. It's just like it's like a ball.
Aww.
And
Cute.
yeah.
All right, Krusty, you go over there now.
And pokes them.
Me.
Huh.
This is a team effort. I will get you many mice and seeds.
I've never seen something like that happen before. And I've now I
You
guess
have never
twice
seen an owl before?
not pop out of an arm and grow rapidly. That's for sure.
Oh, I suppose you need to see more magic then.
I've seen some shit. I'm always about new experiences. That was pretty cool. So more new experiences. Takes out his Rice notebook and starts writing down his cool new experiences. Hides it away. Tries crossing out Rice more. Puts it back in his pocket.
For some reason, just can't get rid of that name.
Why won't? Ow! Get off.
After handing the thing over, Maple goes over to Zenite. Zenite is like a purple hue, right?
Yes, amethyst mostly. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, from the back of Maple's thumb, a little sprig appears. Using Druidcraft, makes like this little stalk of lavender, and then just hands it to Zenite.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I love this.
More magic for you to see and new experiences. We
Now, what exactly does the sprig do?
It is a sprig.
It's pretty and it smells good.
I'm gonna
Nailed it.
I'm gonna try to tuck it under like one of the little spikes that's a little bit more cartilagey that is on the head, not so solid because it won't really stick. I'll catch it before it falls out, and I'm just gonna put it right here. I put it like right inside under a little leather strap on what I'm wearing. Perfect.
Oh, I suppose while we're going, there's, if all else fails, I forgot.
I genuinely forgot.
I am good at making people pass without a trace, theoretically, if that is something we need to do.
Oh,
Because I forgot I had that spell.
You're
That's
good
a
at-
Jakey goof.
You're good at making things pass without a trace? You mean you're good at silently killing things?
well then
You don't
maybe
know me. You don't know
maybe
what
I
I
don't-
do for fun.
Know me.
maybe I don't walk inside and just be like, "Hey, Daddy." Maybe I just like have, like, I maintain the look, but you cast pass without a trace on me, and then I can like walk through the house. That way, like, if he sees me, he'll be like, "Oh, hey, I was looking for you." You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Now, do we know what happened to his voice? Was it like, do we know what the cause was?
There was a brief joke about divine intervention. It seems this individual has been punished.
Aaron
Yeah.
kind of motions and says, "Yes, one of our other siblings has enacted some justice of our own."
Nice.
Now, do we know if he knows that's just on him?
Well, he doesn't know why he doesn't have a voice.
Oh, I love that even more.
Oh
He
yeah.
just
If
doesn't
you
have one anymore.
turns right to Trixie, if you feel like you don't want to talk in this imagery, you can play it up like I can't like.
Make it seem like more people
Yeah.
are using their voices in the
Yeah,
family.
that's a great idea. Okay, I love this
Need
plan. Love this plan.
Social manipulation.
Yes.
Gotta
It's
get
the
it.
best
the
way to
job.
do it. It's how I live my life. Just kidding.
It's the hair
I look
flip
I
for
do
around
not
me.
believe you.
Okay,
Where?
so how do we get to cult?
Well, I can help with that, says Aaron. I can open a door.
Let's skedoodle on then. Got the plan.
We are
Talani-
efficient.
Talani nods and says, "I will keep an eye on things from up here.
Yeah.
And when you have the instrument, we will open a door to your next destination."
So I just have to have like my hand on it, basically. Like I just have to have it. I just have to hold it.
If it is in your possession, yes, the door will open.
Nice.
I will also note before you do grab it, if he sees you and you're playing it off like, "Oh yes, I'm your daughter," or "I can't talk," blah, blah, blah. Before you leave, if he sees you grab it, change your image to something different so it doesn't cause any family strife for her. Just so
Okay.
he knows that he's getting fucked with.
All right.
Alright.
Maybe.
Cool.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask.
Sounds like he could maybe like use some more strife in his life.
Yeah, Maple like leans over to Zenite.
The excitement that Trixie has doing this from the get-go makes me feel that our opinions on how this should go are going to be taken into very little consideration. But the confidence is something I admire.
Very little consideration is better than none.
Love your optimism.
I'll live with it. That's how I've lived my life. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about things I can't control, and I don't want to control another person. So, hey,
Can't relate.
Zena, it's like how, and can we use that as like a cutscene too?
Smash cut 2, a small village not too far away from Farhall called Colt. It is a brisk but bright morning, and outside on the back of the blacksmiths, a door appears and opens, and our three
Interns?
yeah, I was trying to think of a better way of putting it though. My brain just fucking failed. It was just like, words? No, you've got none.
The three dickheads.
The three absolute lunatics. The three interns step out into the morning. By the side of the door is a cart. It is a covered little wagon, and there is one horse who looks a little confused. Didn't start its day here, but here we are. Yeah, and you know inherently that if you take the main road out of town, you will find the Gauntlebury Riley residence.
You said the Gruntleberry?
The Gauntlebury Riley
Oh, okay.
residence.
Gauntleberry Riley. Okay. I'm glad it wasn't Grundleberry or something like that, because that's. Okay.
You know, the Dingleberries are just down the street.
Yeah.
Grundleberry.
Dinkleberg! Yeah, we walk by, there's just some guy who's like, this must be the work of very godparents!
You did that insanely well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That makes sense.
Oh man, that would have been such a good bit when Drew was here. Are you kidding me? This must be the work of pixies! This sandwich is delicious!
This must be the work of a chode of a pixie.
I don't want to see what the work of a chode of a pixie looks like.
No, we've
It's a sandwich, I
seen.
know.
We've
Is
seen.
this actually mayonnaise on this sandwich?
Oh,
He's just happy to see me.
Sorry. Let's get back
I'm
to
sorry.
This conversation instead of bits is brought to you by us while we're walking in character.
Yeah.
It's the loading. It's the loading screen. It's us going dun 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 dun.
I love the idea that we start walking and leave the horse that was teleported here.
Maple
No,
would
we're riding
never. That horse. If you could DM, what is the horse's name?
Are you asking the horse?
Yes.
Can it be Dr. Q Skeeter? That's a good name for a horse, right? Dr. Q Skeeter. It's his name. That's what I think. That's a good horse name, right?
I'm gonna speak with animals, and I'm gonna ask respectfully. In my this is how I speak horse. Maple goes. Well, howdy there, partner. This is the language course I use when I'm speaking with all sorts of critters and whatnot. But I found cows and whatnot seem to benefit the most. But horses, hello, it is nice to meet you. I'm a Maple. Maple, at your service, my friend. If I might ask, what is your name?
Zenite sneezes.
I'm so taken aback with this voice that I like, again, words don't exist in my head right now.
Yeah.
I already typed in Dr. Q Skeeter, so that's kind of
I guess that's what we're going with. Well, my name's Dr. Q Skeeter. It's my
It
nice to meet you.
It is an absolute pleasure to meet you, Dr. Q Skeeter. Thank you so much for accompanying us on this fine path that we traverse and tread on.
Oh, no worries. I don't really know how I got here. Just
Well,
sort of
that is through
appeared.
the Lord's work above. Let me tell you.
Who's the Lord?
Don't we all want to know? And Maple starts leading the horse down the road. I can't wait. I have a different voice for every animal that Maple may speak to.
Delightful. I have one voice for all animals that will speak to you.
I can't wait. The bit will go on.
First thing I thought of as well.
You are, I believe that the bit will go on.
Maple holding a horse over the front of a boat.
Maple and the horse in the cart, just.
It's the hoof smashes through the glass. I think that's way funnier as a bit. It's just like it's steamy and then just suddenly.
Oh my goodness.
So happy you had that prepared.
I'd love to say that this episode is sponsored by like NyQuil or some shit that would explain this behavior, but no, this is just what we're like.
Yeah, no,
It's actually
there's no
sponsored by
ambient-
windshield repair.
Thank you, True Moo, the milk. I got nothing.
Sorry guys, Zenai just had a stroke on screen. You saw.
That's 2 games in a row.
But you're gonna break TOS if you keep this up.
Classic.
Just like that horse broke that window. Okay. So you're heading, you're making your way downtown, walking fast. As you find yourselves leaving the main center of Cult, you come across a grand mansion house. The Gauntleberry Riley home.
This definitely looks like a daddy lives here.
Question. Something that popped in my mind / Maple's is like this family is very popular, yes?
You know that the head of the family, who is the performer known as Ryder Gently, his music is extremely popular and well known. You know that one of his children is also a performer who is making a name for herself. That is about all you know.
Would there be somewhere to assume, because Maple, the stuff like Maple's worked by, like has been like some degree of like entertainment and whatnot. Would there be a place we could go to buy like Ryder Gently like tunics? Because Maple's mind is kind of going, if we're traveling with her, we may not even need to send a familiar in. We could just walk in and just be as like groupies or someone who helps with the show. Because what's he gonna know about his daughter's show if there's just 2 people here like helping her get home? And if we have T-shirts for it,
I will say that you don't know, because Tilani did say that Scale was trying to make a name for herself that was not connected.
Oh yes, and not using the family name.
Yeah,
that's right.
So
Thank you.
You don't know if, but you also you have made the assumption that he's somebody who's not necessarily super perceptive when it comes to his family. So it is something that could work, but also you don't know where to get merch at this time of day.
That's true. Okay. Ignore me. Maple's continuing to walk and lead the horse.
The fact that this is not the Ryder Gently residence, but is in fact under what you assume is his real name, suggests that there is an element of privacy in this place, so it wouldn't necessarily be... He is known for being Ryder Gently in these parts. It could just be that around here he's just some rich guy, you know?
He's Gauntleberry.
Noted.
I hope his name is actually Gauntleberry. I would love that.
His full name is Orion Gauntleberry Riley.
Nice.
Alright.
Yeah, so what's the plan, kids?
Well, I have the horse and cart. And you have the owl. If you wish to go and just walk in, let us know. Tell the owl if something is going wrong, and I will know, and I will tell Zenite.
Ooh. Considering how big this mansion is, maybe it would be helpful for you to go in as some sort of like spider or something, you know, to help find this loot.
Sure. If you.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, would you be able to tell me
Mm,
where you are?
I have. This is going to be more complicated, but Maple's going to pick up the owl, and the owl to Zenite. If I go in the house and I am relatively close to you, I speak to you, and then I can tell to the owl to. Oh, not. And Maple goes and resculpts a sweet little lad, and turns him into a raven so they can mock my voice.
Oh, caw.
Bird. Favorite bird calls. Bird.
Pikachu.
Oh, you know what? Sorry. With my psychic whispers, I can maintain communication with both of you guys, as long as we're within a mile.
Oh shit.
Oh, that is so much more convenient than
Yeah.
30 feet.
leaving. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me. Hold on. Let me roll to see how many hours. Oh, for 6 fucking hours. Nice. Cool. So
is
yeah,
that,
we're
is
good
that
for 6 hours.
is that essentially like a group call?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's straight up telepathy within a mile.
Yeah. The chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them. I don't know if they can talk to each other though.
I'll say yes
Yes.
because I like the idea of
Cool.
essentially being on a Discord call. You know.
Nice. Cool.
Maple's username in it is Birkenstock's Vegan 22. Yeah, that's his user in the group chat.
You see Dr. Q Skeeter pops up in the group chat. And it's actually me now.
Well,
Nothing
they
feels
both-
different for me. What the fuck?
Horse just waggles its eyebrows at you.
Oh, horse eyebrows.
Ugh.
Horses.
That does sound creepy.
Fun fact about me, I think I legitimately have a fear of horses just because I feel like they are the closest thing to God's least favorite soldier. And I just feel like any moment a horse could just trample anybody. It's dangerous.
No, I'm with you on that. Horses scare
Yeah.
the shit out of me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love seeing the videos of the people trying to pose with, like the king's guards on their horses, and the horses fucking attack them and bite them and shit. And like the guards are always so unbothered. They're just like,
There's
should have read the
signs. Don't
sign.
come
You
near
should
the
have stayed away.
horses.
Yeah, I'm like, you shouldn't have gotten that close. They don't do shit, and I love that so much. Oh my god, it's so funny.
100%. So Maple, you're going in as a spider, correct?
Or some other bug. Whatever.
I'm
small
trying to
creature.
think of what.
You
I'm
do.
gonna quickly take a peek at what beast I can turn into because
If-
I'm thinking spider, but if there's something a little more helpful, I might. So, give me about a second. Come back. to
Absolutely,
me.
not a problem.
I mean, if you are, you'd be able to, kind of branch off of each other. But that's kind of who wants to split the party. Am I right? But
Heyo.
more ground to cover.
And Trixie, you're going in as Scale, correct? Delightful.
Yes, that is correct.
And Zenite, you are keeping watch out here.
Yeah, I'll stay with the cart.
Delightful. This is going to be very fun.
There's lots of things. There's
I'm
lots of things I can turn
scared by
into.
that.
Oh my god. I realize there's so many beasts. I've never played a druid before.
They're fun.
Oh, you're
I
disgusting.
can just turn into a cow if I wanted to in here.
Yeah.
That's
Hello,
wild.
I'm a cow. Who wants to do skateboards?
You could turn into a bull in a china shop if you wanted to test that out.
That's true.
There is
And
some
you can be
big
very
things I
gentle.
can turn into. Wow, this is cool.
I really like with the D&D movie and Baldur's Gate 3, they've decided to allow owlbear to be in the list of creatures to wild shape into as well.
Because
They're
the
not
whole
picked.
justification of like observing them as like a natural creature, not seeing them as a monstrosity, I think that is so cool.
Yeah.
I have
It's the
a
greatest thing.
question, a kind of benevolent GM.
Oh, kind of benevolent GM time, is it? Okay.
So theoretically, if one was to turn into multiple creatures,
A swarm.
could someone still sneak around as a swarm of creatures? Theoretically?
I would say it depends on the swarm.
Such as theoretically, because it's any beast I would have witnessed, and according to rules as written, I can turn into a beast of CR 1/4, which is rad, awesome. And I'm just looking at a swarm of rats and a swarm of bats, and I'm just wondering where we're at that, because
Where we're at with
I'll be
that,
honest,
with the
kind
rat
of.
and the rat?
Oh wait, I can't fly yet, so it would have to be a swarm of rats. But I'll have you know, I am more than willing. I'm gonna regret this next thing I'm gonna say, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I am more than willing for every hit point I lose to change voice for this rat bit.
That is a very good barter. I also just picture like a texture of rats in one tile moving with,
it's flat 2D on the ground like Paper
Yeah,
Mario
absolutely.
style.
That's 100%
Exactly.
what I'm feeling, and I'm 100% okay with that. I
So I
will
could
not
turn into a
even-
swarm of rats?
Yes.
Oh, I have the okay. I'm assuming we're
Are they-
just kind of going for this. So Maple kind of sits. Maple
I will then, since we can speak telepathically, I will get to speak to each of you, but I will see you each in the house then.
and Maple, his dirt start like one clump hits the ground, and then a tail pops out, and then another clump. And just like starts basically like Maple starts like falling apart, and it's just like on the ground, like just it's very much like the Gremlins when all the little like Mogwai start spawning and stuff, and there's just all these little rats around like, and then they just all start like moving like the soot sprites in all just chaotic directions. There's ones that like goes the wrong way, but another one grabs him, just goes like, and then drags him back to the group. And yeah, all the rats. The Legion, we are going to try and find a way into this house. Oh, I guess before I wild shape though, or wait, is it concentration? I was gonna cast Pass Without Trace. Can you concentrate on a spell while you're wild shaped?
Yes, but you can't recast one. You still have to follow the same concentration rules afterwards, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, delightful. Then I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace, because it'll end right when my wild shape's done. So yeah, I will pass Without a Trace. Maple just like rubs his hands together while he's turning into a rat, and exhale some dirt, and on everyone's feet, this like it looks like almost like dark soot clings to their feet, and just makes their footsteps real quiet and whatnot.
Delightful.
And then the rats go.
Nice.
Rats, all these little rats with soot on their paws.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Trixie, before you go into, if they ask who I am outside the building, just say that I'm the person that got you here. This is my horse and carriage. I'll play that role. Okay.
Just say you called an Uber.
Well, Trixie's not going to say anything because she can't speak, remember?
Good point.
True.
Oh my head.
Maple. In terms of getting in, are we going around the back?
Yeah, it is. It's rat rules. If there is an opening, they're getting in there. And I'll tell you right now, I will scare chat. There is so few things that will keep rats out and mice out of your house. Like, it's door frame. Don't know her.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's basically like it's the scene at the beginning of Ratatouille, but like not as messy. They are trying to sneak, but there is just like it's a wall of rats that are just trying to find their way in.
I'm stuck on like a swarm of rats that are trying to sneak. That just sounds funny to me.
Yeah. I will actually ask for a stealth roll from the swarm of rats, please.
Absolutely.
Remember,
Yeah,
guys,
okay,
that
let me
this
see.
is a game where we occasionally roll dice to make decisions rather than just
Totally.
talking.
Some on more occasion than others.
Look.
So there's 14 plus 0 for the rats, unfortunately. But with Pass Without a Trace, that is a 24 for how
Delightful.
sneaky these rats are. Also, do you want me to roll for how many hit points the rats have so we know how many rats there are? Or do you want me to go with max?
I just assume max, because I think that's funnier.
Okay, I'm gonna do some math quickly. Because I think that's a lot of rats. Like I'm not doing a bit. Holy shit!
hit
There's
points per rat.
49 rats breaking into this
Delightful.
house.
49 rats about to commit a fucking B&E. I love it. Let's go.
That's so many.
And
Okay, I'm
then-
gonna take. I've got now in my book. I'm gonna keep track of 49 voices for these rats. So we're on number 1, which is just gonna be my voice. So I can. So 49.
Fair and reasonable.
Jakey.
Just really quick, Pass Without a Trace. That is a +10 to
To
stealth.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Copy
it
that,
within
yeah.
a certain range
Nice.
of you, or is it just on whoever you cast?
It is. It's basically once I cast it from myself, within 30 feet of me, then they have the bonus for the hour, as long as I'm concentrating.
True that.
And at least
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of
And it
those
can't be
rats
tracked except by
concentrate.
magical means. There's one rat that's just like, hey! He's got a little vessel on his head.
One rat with a particularly large cranium.
I am concentrating on the spell on our behalf. I'm writing that's 49, 48. Actually, he's gonna be lower down so he doesn't die, but yeah.
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna
in
say, don't make him the second rat down.
there. Yeah.
Uh,
You already beat me to what one of the voices were gonna be too. It wasn't that one, but I already had that in the chamber too. Damn it.
hell yeah. Yeah, it does not take you or your 48 companions long to find an opening to get into the house, and you find yourselves in the kitchen. As you scamper through, thankfully the kitchen appears to be clear for now. You find yourself.
We lose one of the rats on the way though, and Le Festine starts playing as that rat starts sniffing the ingredients. And then the rest of them scatter around. Yeah, I think I don't. Okay, so how does this is me not knowing how, because I know for CR like how swarms work. How does the swarm work as a whole? Like,
It takes up a certain amount of space, but it can move through objects as if it's its singular form.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
okay, cool.
Yeah, so it'll ultimately be like its own entity.
Okay,
It's
so it's not like
divide.
I can't send rats to divide and conquer.
No.
Okay, cool. Then that's so horrifying. Thinking about a 5 foot, or wait, is it medium? So medium is 10 feet?
Medium's 5 feet.
5 feet.
Oh, is
5
it?
by
Oh,
5,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's in
5
5
foot
feet.
block.
There is almost 50 fucking rats. That is a rat every fucking oh my god.
That
That's
is
10
a
rats
great
per
time.
feet. That's terrifying. That is that's terrifying. Anyway, that's what's moving through the house and sneaking.
Yep.
But yeah, if from the kitchen, whatever's closest, basically it's gonna be for sake of not describing everything the rat's doing immediately, it's a Pac-Man situation of if I run into a wall, I just take left.
Yeah. You find yourself in a hallway, and all of the rats stop as you turn to the right, and you see a figure standing in a doorway. They have scales across their face, and
Uh-oh.
they crouch down, and you see this short blue hair as this individual says, I mean, the rats was a nice touch, but you're on the wrong floor if you're looking for the loot. And that's where we're going to take a break. We'll be back
What's going on, Brian? No.
We'll be back in 5:10-ish. So go hydrate, look after yourself as best you can. all the usual stuff, and we'll be back soon. hello, friends. We're back at it again at Krispy Kreme. If you missed the first half, I don't know what to tell you. Why are you tuning in halfway through? That's crazy.
Lives on the edge.
You missed some stuff happen. Gotta go back and watch it.
Fact. It was everything.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Running around at the speed of sound. Anyway, so Maple
Yes.
and the 49ers.
Mhm.
You have spotted a scaled figure who crouches down and says that you're on the wrong floor if you're looking for the loot.
One of the rats shrug.
One of the rats in the background, like, it's a living. I'm just gonna put it's a living rat. I'm writing all these down. I'm gonna remember. Of course. But no, one of the rats is just gonna like point and then point to them like mouth to face, like, can we talk? Like, can you understand me? Or are you just talking at a rat?
She smiles and says, I could probably understand you if you spoke.
I guess, yeah, one of them's gonna try and speak. So, can you understand me? Do you hear me?
Yes, I
Do you hear
understand
the
you.
voice? Oh, delightful.
Your name
Okay.
is Maple, right?
Yes, that
Who's
is
that
our
one
collective name. Yeah, my name specifically is I'm a bit of an individual, an outlier, a Squirrel Scout, you could say. But yeah, we as the collective, we are Maple when we put our heads together, literally. What's your name there, friend?
You can call me Cammy.
Cammy. It's delightful to meet you, Cammy. So, now are you telling me that I'm on the wrong floor because you're gonna point me in the wrong direction? Because I'll tell you right now, we are a persistent group of rats.
Oh,
There are
no,
many
no.
of us.
I saw your group coming, and
Oh.
I think that this is something that's long overdue, but it's going to start a chain of events that need to happen. And
Chain of events?
I have a gift. I can see into the future.
Oh. Well. That is convenient. I will tell you right now, I can only see right now.
I know.
Whoa.
You'll want to go upstairs, take a right,
Okay.
and it's the third left.
Okay.
Oh, and your friend who's pretending to be my sister,
Yes.
he's just watched her performance.
Oh. Copy that. Hey. Yeah, you rat over there. There needs to be a mental message passed away right now. We all have the same, like, telepathy. I don't care. I'm telling you to do it. And just...
Hey, well, hopping in the group chat here just to say, there's a little change in things. It seems, Mr. Gently has seen his daughter recently perform. So he's heard the music. So the physical form might keep the illusion, but if you were pretending not to speak, he knows she can sing and has seen her recently. So, yeah. Also, I'm speaking with one of the family members. Their name is Cammy.
How recently did he see her?
Let me just, they asked how recently. How recently we talking here? When did this happen?
In the past few hours, he watched it via Crystal.
Thank you kindly. It was within the past few hours via Crystal.
It was through the past few hours via Crystal.
All right, cool. Well,
Please don't make me ask any more questions.
I won't. I'm just going to assume plan B. If we see him, seduction is the plan currently. So I am back to Trixie.
Also, Trixie, just a heads up. You know that to be able to watch a performance of something live via Crystal means this guy's fucking loaded. Like,
Oh, so Trixie wants to anyway.
yeah, right. Just making sure you're aware that this guy's got
Okay.
money.
This guy, this guy has big daddy potential, like big daddy potential.
Is this something you would like me to pass on to the other rats? I have been the
No.
designated sort of. Okay.
Just make sure if you need me to come in, give me a brief description of your directions, and I'll be there in a moment. All right.
All the rats simultaneously. Of course, we will let you know exactly what we see. Just this legion voice.
Why is that so loud? Oh my god.
Sorry, we all responded. That was a little bit of what we call the base boosted response. My bad. I will, from here on out, be doing the best to communicate.
Every so often, I'll pop in for comedic effect, but it's not a don't rely on it.
Roger that.
You did communicate where we are, right? Though, or like where she told us to go, up the stairs and to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we go up the stairs to the right, and 3 lefts is where we are headed. So
No.
that is apparently
Third left.
third left. Oh, that makes so much more. Thank you very much for
Passing. Hey, I'm the one communicating. Thank you for your assistance. Okay. Third left. Right and third left. Now, is there this thing is a loot? We've been told. Is there something that we should know? Like, is there something protecting this? A magical ward, some kind of security, or is it just kind of up against a desk?
No magical wards, but it is in a glass case. I don't know if that's going to. You know what? You're a swarm of rats. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will. Let's move out. And then it's just like
At this point, Trixie has also like gone inside at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the front door miraculously is unlocked. Almost as if somebody intentionally made it easy for you to get in.
Nice. It's a little bit. I'm still on guard and I'm still sneaking, but I will take a win when I can get one. So also Trixie has like perfected doing like a sexy strut when she's stealthy. I don't know. That's just something that she's had to work on.
Okay, so are we thinking like Daphne from Scooby-Doo kind of stealthing?
Jeepers.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
All right, roll me
Yeah.
stealth check.
Does at one point all the rats get picked up like a feather boa as the sneaking's going on? Just
Kind of Don Bluth,
22.
and I'm here for it.
22, delightful. Yeah, you managed to, and I can't believe I'm getting to say this phrase. You managed to sluttily stealth your way through the house.
Nice.
Wait, was the 22 with the plus 10?
Yeah, I rolled a
Damn.
7.
Oh, damn.
Before realizing you have no idea where this man might be in the house, because this is a very big house.
That's okay.
Which is when you notice on a small like side table there's a note that is addressed to Trixie.
Well, that's weird, but I'm gonna read it.
You open it, and in beautifully cursive handwriting, it says, "I really wish I couldn't see the future sometimes, but he's on the 2nd floor." And it's signed
Yes.
with a little spiral of a C.
I love this.
I wish I couldn't see the future. Oh no. Oh no. Divine
my,
Providence tells you. Oh no.
Yeah, my directive has changed. I no longer care about the loot. I am trying to find my daddy. So that's what I'm doing on the 2nd floor.
Okay, delightful. Meanwhile, on the 1st floor, you've taken a right. I assume. Swarm of rats.
Yes.
Yes?
He's covering the corner. He's going, all right, go, 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 go. And there's just
Were
like
you about to say we the
and-
people?
yeah, we the people. We're taking back what has been stolen rightfully. So we the bourgeois rats. Or wait, no, we'd be the what's the not
You're the
not the bourgeoisie,
proletariat
the
rats.
we're the
Proletariat?
pro-ratary rats, because I need to get 2 in there, because there's more than 2 of us here. We're just actually, instead of saying the proletary rat, we're just the rat, and we just all go and,
You're just the
yeah, exactly. That's the sound of the floor creaking, but we're also going,
delightful. Yeah, you managed to find a 3 doors down. The whole band's here, apparently. It's wild. And also there's a door. That's the 3rd door on the left. And you all squeeze underneath the fucking... Because, again, rats get everywhere. You find yourself in what appears to be some sort of trophy room. Lots of things on pedestals.
I hate that.
Lots of art on the walls that looks very valuable. And near the back of the room, there is, in fact, a loot underneath like a glass, like cloche situation.
Is there anything like with my little ratness I can sniff out that seems off about this room? Just out the gate.
Roll me either investigation or perception check.
Yeah, I'm not going to do investigation if you pay me, because that's a -4 on that, Captain. So I will use perception.
Yeah, okay.
I have advantage on perception checks though. So that's good. Okay. Okay, well I'll take 17.
17, delightful. You as a collective, your whiskers tinkle the closer you get to the window. Implying
Like the window outside?
Yeah. Implying
Okay.
there may be some magical wards on the outside of the building to prevent people from breaking in. But it appears that individually these items are not further protected other than being in this room.
Amazing. I'm gonna pass on telepathically one of the rats. All right, guys, what we're looking at is the window on the outside. It appears to be warded. It's just a whole thing in there, but the rest of the stuff in here individually is not touched at all. A lot of these things here, it looks like trophies. Like, it reminds me of the time I was in like a big arena for sports, you know? So, but otherwise, we're clear. So, we the rats, we're moving towards the loot.
You guys can like walk a little bit slower. I have a quick errand I need to run. But just take your time. Take your time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We will. We're on it. And the rats are just flooding towards. It's like the ground is rolling.
Trixie, you head up to the 2nd floor.
Yes.
You can hear, if you go left, there is a door that is slightly ajar, and you can hear someone inside is pacing.
I'm gonna go slightly, I'm gonna knock on the door, but I'm knocking as I'm coming in. Do we know? So do most people know that Ryder? Most people don't know Ryder Gently's actual name is Orion Gauntleberry.
Correct.
Whatever. Okay. So it would be weird if she walked in and was just like, "Oh, Orion." You know what I mean?
I mean, it would indicate that you... I mean, here's the thing. This is the Gauntleberry Riley house. So if you were, it would be...
Oh.
Yeah, you could use that and he would not be super weirded out by that. Do you see what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It indicates familiarity as opposed to just
Yeah.
if you call him his stage name.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
be more
Yeah.
sus.
Yeah. That's okay. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that's how I'm gonna walk in. And if I assume that it's him that's pacing.
Yes, you walk in and you see this elven gentleman kind of pacing, looking a little disheveled. It looks like he hasn't rested particularly well in a while. And as you enter, he kind of looks up with a slightly confused look on his face.
I'm gonna. It's just. Oh my goodness, you look so tired. You look so stressed. Here, let me help you. And she's just sort of like gonna like, carefully approach. But she's gonna try and like give him like a little like shoulder massage, like guide him to a chair or something,
Uh-huh.
or no. Is there a bed in the room? She's gonna guide him to like the foot of the bed. That's what she's gonna
There
do,
is
and, like,
not a
sit
bed
behind
in
it.
this room, but there is
Is
like
there a couch?
There is a couch, yes.
All right, taking him to the couch.
Okay.
Poor couch.
Uh,
And that's all we can play.
yeah. Legally, that's all we can
A
play.
very careful whisper.
Could I get a initiative check from Trixie and Maple to figure out the order of events in which these happen, and can you just
delightful.
message them to me rather than saying them out loud?
Copy that.
I'm also outside reading a newspaper.
Incredible. Would you also like to roll initiative to see
I
if
mean-
you get to the end of the newspaper before the loot is picked up?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Hell yeah, go for it.
I really have a great idea of what I want, how I want this to play out. Oh my god.
Delightful. Wonderful. Okay. So, yeah, you've made your way past the main headlines. You've got more into the kind of the local fluff pieces of the newspaper.
The fluff.
You know how it is. Some poor journalist has to write puff pieces because they can't be let on the main story because their editor says they're too emotional as a woman, and it's fine. I'm fine. Anyway,
Hey, a woman needs her
meanwhile,
voice.
Trixie, roll me a persuasion check to see how well this is going.
18.
18, delightful. Yeah, he's a little confused, but he's into it.
Yeah.
Interesting thing though, he cannot verbally consent to any of this.
Trixie's great at reading body language.
Would that be an insight check to see if he is into it and
Yeah.
consenting?
Yeah, I mean, I will say...
Because I mean, like, he can nod, and I'm assuming,
Yeah.
like, if there's a pen and paper,
Oh yeah,
like,
so there's like I'm like, are you cool with this?
Yeah.
You know, and, like,
He
you can, like, nod or
he
something.
kept his
enthusiastically
chalkboard nearby.
consents and writes the word
Okay,
yes
okay.
and underlines it several times. So yeah, Trixie, he's into it. He's found a Sharpie and a piece of paper and has scrolled the word yes as consent because obviously he's can't vocalize that right now. I don't need details. Just you're going places, you know?
Yes,
Um,
we are going places.
Ian, you've gone past the main headlines. We've reached kind of the fluff pieces, kind of the local news, you know. Squirrel...
that's same with Trixie. That's crazy.
Yeah, right? Oh, wow. Maple, you and the 49ers, how are you dealing with this whole situation? What is your plan here?
I think comedically, it's like a cartoon where the rats just encircle the whole glass dome, and each one starts just scratching at the the glass fast enough that like they're just trying to make it into like dust. They'll spend as much time as they need to on this.
Okay.
And then once the loot is freed, the rats are gonna form the shape of a person and then carry the loot.
Okay, interesting. Give me a... I don't know. Give me a dex check for how quick they can get their little paws going, I guess.
I'll just say, like, for sake of initiative, say we're working with 3 minutes even theoretically, that is 10 rounds like per minute of attack, so that's 30 attacks from 30 little rats. So I'm just saying that's a lot can get done with someone using inspo, because that's a natural one. If someone's using another inspo, that's a 2. Can we do 3? That's better. 14?
Yeah, it's a piece of glass. The fucking... It's not that... Yeah. I would say you managed to erode enough of the glass that the rest of it breaks.
Nice. Then the rats try and catch it, like, so it doesn't make too much noise.
Yeah. As the pieces of glass begin being passed down through the rat chain to gently sit on the floor. Trixie, you've got this guy right where you want him. And I know you're
I want him to be thinking that I'm like rubbing all over his body and stuff, but I'm actually like just checking his pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll
You're the TSA.
Roll me an investigation check. See what we can find.
Ooh, that one's not great. You know what? I'm gonna use an inspo.
Heck yeah, this is where.
Okay, it's a 12.
Delightful. Okay. Like I said, he is looking a little disheveled at the moment. He's clearly not in his, Sunday best. But he does have a very expensive pocket watch. God, what else do rich people have?
Watch.
Pocket watches, like maybe a little chain that says he's got either one with another watch on it, or it's got like his stage name on it in like really big letters.
Absolutely, he's got a fucking chain that just says like in like really calligraphy like writing Rider. Absolutely,
there it is.
Yeah. And I'd say realistically, knowing you could very easily slip that off him and he wouldn't notice because you're very much distracting him right now.
Nice.
Ian, you've got to the comics.
Strangely enough, I feel like I've already seen this one. It's... can you guys hear me really quick? I'm reading this newspaper, and strangely, it's about rats breaking into. It's not. They're not stealing a loot. They're stealing loot, like a lot of like money.
I really prefer if you didn't spoil the funnies. That's all I look forward to when I'm reading the paper, because most of it I can't read.
This is from like a couple weeks ago. I found it in the back of the
Oh,
carriage.
okay, good. I thought if that was up to date, mister. Oh, wait, is that the one where all the rats, they're breaking into the loot, but then they just find, like, the friendship was the thing they were supposed to get?
Oh, no. This one, they like, scratched through some glass and ended up trying to, like, make it so it wasn't super muffled, and inside the case, there was just a lot of, like, money inside this one little, it was like a weird glass treasure chest, and is that... What
all the rats have a surreal look of guilt on their face right now as they're like looking at one another. It's like the Spider-Man meme. They're all pointing like,
who suggested this plan? Who
knew? Which one of you ratted?
Actually, there's a really nice pocket watch in this one here. It's incredible. They put a lot of detail in this one pocket watch. Pretty cool. How's it going over there? How's everyone currently?
The loot is in possession. We are making our way to the rendezvous point.
As the rats are like crowd surfing with the loot.
As the rats get to the door, you see the door is illuminated.
Hey, this is Alpha Rat coming in. Just to let you know, bringing the loot over. The door is glowing. I don't know what the
the situation is on that.
But I'm gonna just tell you now, I'm just a little rat, squeak, squeak, and squeaker, squeak. So, if anybody has any way of dealing with a glowing door,
I want you to go through the glowing door right whenever I tell you to go.
just
Okay.
what are we doing with the loot? Because
You're
we've got to
carrying the
open.
loot.
Oh, we're just gonna open and close the door while you're
Yeah.
doing. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
You're gonna go through the door whenever I tell you to go through the door.
The rats
Okay.
form like a daisy chain to the door handle. They're all each like holding onto bits of the loot, and then they've got it. And there's one that's just like, hold, on their mark.
Hold the line.
Do you need to
Yeah,
be
and,
rats right now? I mean, is it more convenient for you, or is it?
I feel like this bit's been going. Might as well see it through, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
And so Trixie, she's gonna wait until
He's got the sticky note.
yeah. So he's writing I'm gonna, and she's like, now.
Hold on, let me write this out. I'm going to.
And
The time came, and so did the rats, and we burst through the door.
As you
The
rats
rats-
burst through the door, you find yourselves in a cave. And
Uh-oh.
Trixie appears next to you. A cart and a horse and Xenite appear next to you. And oh my gosh, who's this? A little rapscallion Kato appears next to you.
Hey guys.
Well, glad we all got
Kato,
hey.
just for your reference right now, Maple is currently 49 rats.
There's 49 rats holding a loot still. Yeah, we got
Yes,
a loot.
still holding a loot.
Okay, sweet.
Where's
and
Maple?
you just see Trixie like
And where's
tapping her skirt.
where did all these rats come from?
And why
I'm
is
just
Trixie
pointing
The rats all
losing clothing?
That is Maple. They are.
Yeah, I was gonna say the rats spell out maple on the ground. Me and then maple,
Oh.
and then they do a little trapeze thing.
Oh.
Up,
Hi,
hey,
Maples.
up, hey.
I want to know how Maple's gonna be after this, because like your brain is split up into 49 different characters for however long this has been going on. You're gonna have a time.
I have a migraine after that.
Most likely. A lot to process. A lot of resolution to make. It sounds like, because they were fighting even on the voice line we had going on. That was cool, by the way, the telepathy. But they were kind of like there was conflict there, and we were talking.
Oh
about
yeah,
that
wait, we still have
earlier.
the telepathic chat. I can just speak to you. Hey, Kato, hello. I'm the Alpha Rat. It is a pleasure to meet you. Just one of the rats step forward and offers their hand.
She's not part of
Hello.
the call. I can only do 2 people.
This rat
Oh
walked
wait,
forward.
is it only? Oh wait, the rat's
can
still
only-
doing it then, assuming that we're all in the same thing. Hello, Kato. And all there is a.
Oh,
rat said
hi.
hello. It said hello.
I
This
bet
is-
Kato, you can tell as a noble and
This is
a wise
jarring
monk
and
that I am
confusing.
the Alpha Rat.
Yeah, since you told me you were the alpha rat, I kind of
Yes,
deduced that.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're all on the same page. As all the rats conglomerate together, and just immediately it's like the same dirt process in reverse, and then just rebuild, and then just Maple's just sitting on the ground with the loot. I found the loot.
You
And
hear
that timing was perfect.
you hear behind you hissing as you turn around and see 2 individuals with very bright eyes, very angry faces, and where hair would normally grow, a whole host of snakes on each of their heads. All of the snakes are hissing at you, and the women are hissing at you. As you spy 2 gorgons in this cave with you.
Don't look him in the eyes.
Don't make eye contact.
Does this belong to either of you? This was a stolen voice.
The individuals stop hissing, the snakes do not. But one of them kind of looks a little closer and says, "Where did you get this?"
You turned into a bunch of rats, and I robbed the home of an individual named Ryder Gently.
Oh,
Ha,
I like
ha,
it.
ha,
Um,
ha.
she
These
runs,
are my associates.
She runs her hands
They are
over
also thieves.
the snakes, and they all calm down. And you can see, like, as she does so, they all kind of form almost like a beehive shape over her head. Where
Very
all the
good.
little faces poking out one side, like, and they're just like, hello. We just want to see what's going
That's
on.
very good.
The other one, like, she calms her hair down, and you see that they form into these little like space buns on each side of her head.
Oh, cute.
The little faces sticking out because the snakes are nosy and want to know what's going on. Well met. The loot in your possession once belonged to our sister. If you'd like to follow us, we will take you to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kato, would you like to do the honors? I feel like it is good to we all work together.
Yeah, sure, why not? Kato takes the loot.
You are led through this cave into what can only be described as a very comfortable living situation. Within, you see a third Gorgon. She is kind of curled up on a very comfortable chair that's covered in furs and blankets. She has green skin, bright yellow eyes, and the snakes on her head are in various shades of orange and yellow. And as you guys enter this room, all of the snakes turn to look, but there is no noise that comes from any of them. She is like holding a cup of tea. She kind of looks up, just kind of like frowns, looking at all of you, just looking a bit confused. The one who had spoken previously, just says, "These people have something for you, Lucy." And she steps back.
Kato steps forward very meekly and respectfully and just wordlessly offers it.
There's a moment of confusion as you step forward, and then she sees the instrument in your hands. And it's not even a case of she drops the cup. It's literally she throws the cup to the side. You hear the smashing noise as she kind of like scrambles to get out of this chair, sinks
That
to her
was
knees.
nice pottery.
Sinks to her knees in front of you as you hold out this loot, and just kind of like hands trembling as she takes it. There is a look on her face that no one needs an insight check for. It is just sheer relief as she smiles, and for a minute is very reverent with this instrument and kind of gently runs her fingers down one of the strings, and then immediately grabs it by the neck and smashes it against the floor. And you all see this smoke coming out from the instrument that begins to circle around her head, and you see as this smoke is sort of inhaled by the snakes and by her, and you begin to hear this hissing as her hair begins to react to having its voice back, and you see her take a deep breath as for the first time in over 20 years, Medusa Cadius has her voice back. And she just looks at you and says, "Fuck me!" Oh, that absolute fucking cunt. Oh, I have so much to say, but firstly, thank you. Who are you?
Cato looks back at her cohorts and says, "Well, don't thank me. I had no part in retrieving this for you. I only helped deliver it. My friends here are the ones that did all the hard work."
Cato inspires us every day. Every contribution they make is just as much as we do.
Then
I turned into
So
rats.
Trixie's just gonna like look at Maple and be like, "What are you doing right now?" Like, like that's just sort of like the face she's got. Like, why are you sucking up right now? But she's gonna redirect her attention, and she's gonna be like, "Just thank the gods. They're paying us."
oh, like literally?
Yes.
And also figuratively, a little bit of both. There's never a bad time for some sort of divine intervention in some certain situations here. Wrongs to make right, essentially.
I thought you were kidding. She kind of turns her attention to one of her sisters. I thought you were kidding when you said Yori was traveling with a literal god. They're really out there doing things, aren't they? And her sister kind of just goes, "I told you. You didn't believe me. I told you." Well, okay. I can truly never repay you for this.
Does it make you happy?
Yes.
Payment received. High five.
High five.
Again, Trixie's just gonna be looking at Maple like just like this absolute face of just like disgust. Like, what are you saying right now?
Maple's got pretty high passive insight. I think Maple looks to Trixie at that probably like third or fourth look over when we traveled. And Maple walks up.
I know that you would really like gold and things. I want you to consider why you are getting the gold and what that will give you in the end, because maybe there are shortcuts to the happiness you seek.
And pats her on the shoulder and just like stands by the exit.
She's just gonna be like, whatever.
Well, we might not have gold, but we do have one thing that money can't buy.
Oh?
And she kind of gestures, and her other sister scurries out into another room, comes back with several very ornate snakeskin jackets
Nice.
that are made from gorgon skin. They are a lot tougher than most jackets. It's essentially it's light armor without needing the light armor requirement.
So what you're telling me is we're getting Letterman jackets for the business we work with as a reward, realistically, right now. So it just has a little Mortal Affairs right there. It's got like the little like sleeves thing.
Look, I couldn't possibly comment on businesses that did that kind of thing. But no, they are very good quality jackets. And Trixie, you would know that like these are. It is incredibly rare to find gorgon skin clothing, never mind to be able to afford it.
This is perfect. I don't need anything else. This is fantastic. I love this so much. Thank you.
No, thank you.
And she's like snatching it and putting it on.
As all that was being handed out, I actually went over to where the cup was thrown and have been trying to pick up as big shards as I can. I have them all in my hand, and like, you know, I kind of like puzzles. Has anyone heard of what was it? Kintsugi? I think it's the art of repairing with different metals and gold.
Yes.
Man, can I have these shards too? I want to try that out.
Absolutely.
This is excellent. Thank you. Appreciate that. Just open up a little pouch in my pack and like, oh, I'm just gonna rip. Hold on. Start for a very long period of time trying to find a pocket for shards of ceramic.
Do you want me to stick them in my arm so you can just pull them from the dirt so they won't cut anything? It's dirt.
Like you just scoop some of the dirt off and hold it.
It is literally dirt.
I'll never get used to that. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, just like packs it in like all the pieces together. Like it's like almost like a little like fossil to find, and then just like covers it, pats it down.
Well,
he puts like a little
then-
flag to mark where it is.
Cato has one thing to ask Medusa. You know, my curiosity is just too high, and I need to know respectfully, Medusa, and please don't take offense to this question. In studying the anatomy of gorgons, I've never known whether you have body hair, and if you do, are they tiny little snakes, or is it hair?
You know, I did not expect what just came out of your mouth. Both as a Gorgon and as the DM, I fully
Yeah.
couldn't even comprehend that was going to be what came out of your beautiful mouth. She kind of tilts her head for a moment, processing the question. And then she smiles and shakes her head and says, "Nope. Smooth as a Kendall."
Amazing. Thank you. I've just been dying to know.
No worries. If you happen to meet a young man on your travels called, well, his true name is Yori, but he was renamed by his father to be Ouroboros. If you should meet him, tell him that his mother loves him.
We will.
That's so sweet.
Thank you.
Is he also of any sort of reptilian? Because it sounds, if you're his mother and Gorgon snakes, no, I'm.
Both my children are pod Gorgon, yes.
All right.
Who's your other child?
Is it Scale?
Is it Cammy?
It is Scale. Have you seen her before? She's wonderfully talented.
I have not had the pleasure.
Oh, would you like to see her? It might. So not her, but she's just like Trixie's just gonna turn into her real fast.
You see her eyes immediately begin to like well up. And
She's just gonna like hold her arms out for a hug.
she kind of takes a moment and steps forward and just kind of like puts her hands on your face. And just says, "Thank you. I hope that you find someone who makes you as happy as you've just made me."
Thanks.
Behind you,
Maple just slides in. Sorry, Maple slides in, hearing that, like, and just like kind of like looks in the corner, like blurry in the back at Trixie. It's just like it's the Chris Hemsworth like
Yeah,
thing, like in Guardians of the Galaxy.
behind you, back the way you came, you see a glowing light.
Guess that's our cue.
Yeah, we should skedat.
Skedat?
skedaddle. We should make our way.
Trixie's going to actually give Medusa an actual hug, and as she's about to turn away, she's going to be like, "I love you, Mom." Just sort of to try to sort of make it more of a thing, and then she's going to skedoodle. But whenever she's walking back, you just see her wiping her eyes.
Yeah. You give her a hug and she hugs you back, and it feels like a mother who hasn't seen her child in a very long time.
No.
But yeah, you guys head towards the light and find yourselves back in the Celestial Nexus. As an absolutely terrifying fucking figure in the background. Jesus Christ.
I thought that Trixie had moved on.
Drew, why are you like this? So creepy. Honestly. Yeah, you find yourselves back in the Celestial Nexus. Your task completed. And Talani the Sentinel kind of just stands there and smiles. Thank you. I don't always get to provide the justice that is so desperately needed by people. I'm glad that we could do it this time.
It's nice to do. Thank you for sending us.
Yeah, and you guys head back to your room to decompress and process all of that. And that's where we're going to call it this session.
Woo!
One quest down, baby.
We did it.
You guys did great. Sorry I wasn't there.
Hey, absolutely
It's okay.
fine.
Nah, hey, you've been here the whole time.
Yeah, don't even sweat it. You were here the whole time, and you got to be part of a really beautiful moment, quite frankly. Oh, so cute.
Aww.
Very good.
Looks adorable.
Adorable. Amazing. Yeah, we will be back soon.
Next week.
And yes, next week. And if you want to know a little bit more about Talani, that will be in the Discord once the session has been aired. But for now, my sweet friends, goodbye to our lovely cast. And we will catch you all very, very soon. What was that?
It's no more cast. It's my arm's no longer.
Very good, very good, very good.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah, we will catch you in the Nexus next time. Bye for now.
In the Nexus.
Time to fix a cup.